as I look back, it's interesting. I'll tell you a little bit about it at EMC in a second, but where we've emerged to is we have these hubs of technology around the world, and we're still very centered, even though we're a global company, do almost half our revenues outside the U.S. We still have a lot of our really high-value think tanks and R&D facilities here in the U.S. And we do that in kind of hubs. We call these hubs the centers of excellence, and we have one where our roots are around Greater Boston. We have another one on the East Coast around Research Triangle Park in North Carolina, and we have a very big and growing hub in Silicon Valley. And one of the things when you acquire a great company like Isilon, you learn. And one of the things that we learned is what the greater Seattle area had in terms of talent and technology, and it's with great pleasure that we're going to make this an EMC. We have like over 700 people here now, so in broad EMC, and I'd imagine that this hub of technology will be the fastest on a percentage basis. The other hubs are a lot bigger. On a percentage basis, this hub, my guess, will grow the fastest of the four major hubs we have now. So we're excited to be here, and again, so it's an extra added gift. Obviously, bringing the Isilon into the EMC family was a tremendous, I think, a tremendous coup for us. But I think equally a tremendous coup will be how we can expand here in Greater Seattle and tap into the talent, the connections that Isilon has with the University of Washington, and the great talent that students that they turn out. I'll be there this afternoon, as a matter of fact, and it'll be kind of a double win for us. In terms of EMC, we focus on several markets. You'll see our banner, which is kind of, we talk about the opportunity where cloud computing meets big data is going to be a big opportunity, and we fully believe that. And around that, of course, in the VMware business, we focus on virtualization, building a pervasive cloud OS, which will lead the next generation of computing. We talk about being a leader in information storage, information protection, information analytics and intelligence, and in information security. So that's where we focus. And when you think about the cloud and the big data opportunities, you can see those are some pretty good places to be. So we're well positioned. Size-wise, this past quarter we just did $4.98 billion in revenues, and so obviously we're approaching a $20 billion company. We've got terrific resources, good market cap to expand. We continue to invest about 12% of our revenues in R&D on a cash basis, and we spent pretty close to an equal amount. We've averaged over the last 5 years over $2 billion a year buying top best-of-breed technology companies like Isilon. So we've got a pretty good feeling portfolio. So you put that together, that's over $4.5 billion spent on technology. So that certainly puts us up there. And of course, Isilon, while EMC this quarter grew 18%, which is pretty good at a company approaching $20 billion. It's a pretty good growth rate. As Sujal said, Isilon did 100. And we think what our model is to take the great things that Isilon is doing and invest more cash and more investment in R&D, more in the field to help grow and service and be near our customers. When you put those two things together, that is the seed, Mr. Mayor, and how you create great jobs and high-value jobs. And we couldn't be more thrilled to be here. It's a beautiful city. It's a terrific city, and you can count that we'll continue expansion here. We have one of our board members with us, Mike Brown. Mike, in a decade of 1990 through 2000, was the CFO of a small company here called Microsoft. So he knows not something. He's a Seattle resident. So he knows something about growth and success, and obviously has a deep, deep love of this area. And one of the things we do a little bit differently, and when we do a big acquisition like we did with Isilon, is we ask one of our board members to kind of, besides management, to help watch and guide us a little bit. And Mike has been good enough to do Isilon. He's built a great relationship with Sujal and his team. So again, just a little further evidence of our commitment to making sure Isilon not only hits its potential, but well exceeds its potential and becomes a really integral part of the EMC family value proposition. And we make sure that our mantra of where cloud meets big data equals big opportunity and big job growth. And we believe we're on the right track. So again, it's been terrific being with you. And Sujal, thanks for everything you're doing. Mr. Mayor, again, thank you for your busy schedule to be with us, and the wonderful work you've done here in Pioneer Square. You know, you walk around this building with Sujal, his pride is dripping, like, tells him about every brick that was laid and the history of the concrete and how it was poured, and takes me to his favorite coffee shop. So one of the greatest emissaries you can ever have for this area, and we're proud to be here. So thanks, and Chris, I'll turn it back to you.